Hello, hello, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Daisy's Live Red, White, and Brown, brought to you by Mira and Michael. Look, it is one more week after the Super Bowl, and you'll see here, I'm still wearing my Kansas City Chiefs gear. I'm gonna be wearing this all year just so that the Philadelphia Eagles fans, can just get their face rubbed in it a little bit more. But that's beyond the point. Here, we got a great list of reviews for you guys. We got a couple of movies, we got a couple of things that came out in the theater, a little bit of short movie, a little bit of series. We got a big list, so we're just going to dive straight into it here. The first review we got for you guys, it is something that came out on Netflix. This is called The Romantics. It's already been released, but we're here to just still talk about it because, as you know, we cover all genres, and when it comes to The Romantics, M has us covered. Mira, what are we talking about here? Tell us about The Romantics.
All right, so Romantics. I was really looking forward to it because I saw the trailer that was blasting off every social media channel, and it is the latest project from Smriti Mundra. And Smriti Mundra, by the way, is the creator of your favorite show, which is the Indian matchmaking with Seema Aunty. So, guys, Michael absolutely loves Seema Aunty. So this is the same person who created Indian matchmaking, and
Yep.
The Romantics, is actually a docu-series. It's a deep
Okay.
dive into the history of Bollywood through the lens of an iconic filmmaker whose name was Yash Raj, who runs, after whom Yash Raj Films, the studio in India, is named, but also the entity, the corporate name behind so many romantic movies that we have seen growing up. So her background as a documentary filmmaker really does her well because Netflix had literally given her a carte blanche and set up all these 35 interviews with everybody from Shah Rukh Khan to Kajol, to Rani Mukherjee, to the very elusive Aditya Chopra, who is Yash Raj Chopra's son. If you don't know who Aditya Chopra is, he's a next generation filmmaker, but also he's the guy who brought DDLJ to Broadway this last summer when
Okay.
he was playing in San Diego on
Yep.
its entire stint in San Diego. So same guy. Now, what is the Romantics? There are 35 people, all stars like Ranveer Singh and Shah Rukh Khan and Kajol and name it, all of them. And they get mic'd up and they have been asked questions about, their experiences with Yash Chopra and Yash Raj films. And basically this entire docuseries is about the vision of the iconic director Yash Chopra, who later became a producer, and how his legacy was taken off by his son Aditya Chopra, literally just that. And it tracks his career from his big break to the times when he was almost bankrupt, where the movies weren't doing well, and they'd literally lose everything.
Yeah.
They'd even lose their home. They'd even mortgage their home to make movies. So literally, what I really liked about it was not only there was archival footage of him and his sons, and behind the scenes, so many iconic behind the scenes. Like there is an entire scene in Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge, DDLJ, the movie, where Shah Rukh Khan is running and Kajol, they're running through this entire field of yellow flowers, and just the BTS of that scene, how it was conceived and how it was shot, and how there was this difference in opinion between the father and the son on every movie the son made, and how the son proved him wrong by bringing his own genre of romantic movies to the fore, and how they diversified into action. One of the biggest action thriller franchises in India is Doom, and that belongs to Yash Raj. And Pathan, yet another, bringing Shah Rukh Khan in as a romantic hero. From Shah Rukh Khan started his career as a negative role, and it was Yash Chopra who brought in Shah Rukh Khan as a romantic hero. His son Aditya Chopra brought him in as a romantic hero. He became the romantic hero of the century with all the movies that he did. and then bringing him back in as an action hero in Pathan. So all of these things were spoken of. It was so interesting, and all those 4 episodes, really interesting. It also, um, you know, you know, the thing is, we call it Bollywood, but it's actually the Hindi film industry, because Bollywood is just a form of, so
Yep.
they think it's derogatory because it's a takeoff on Hollywood. So because Hollywood is in LA, you're out of Bombay, which is the old name for Mumbai, so you're Bollywood, or you're Tollywood because you're based in Tamil Nadu or something else. So all of those things came for, and I was really happy to see Amitabh Bachchan and Hrithik Roshan and Ranbir Kapoor and Ranveer Singh. And they're not discussing their own careers, but they actually were exalting Yash Chopra and fanboying about his films, and how, and little backstories on their episodes, backstories on what different Yash Raj movies meant in their life, how these movies inspired them to become who they are, or inspired them to act. So
Yep.
I thought it was fun. It was like a celebration. It was just made for super fans of Bollywood, but also for the uninitiated who don't understand this industry, who don't understand the song and dance routines of the industry, who don't understand why some things happen the way they do, why people break into dancing around trees in
Yep.
in Hindi movies. So all of those aspects, I think are clearer in terms of how people in India are really around song and dance. Song and dance is such a huge part of their normal lives. But also how Yash Chopra thought about romance, how much of a romantic he was, and how he brought that idea of romance to for, like, for example, for an entire movie in India, white is not a color that women wear because it's supposed to be the color of mourning. But he introduced an actress in one of his romantic movies in white. He actually made her wear white everywhere and plain clothes. So just the romanticism of bringing color, romanticism of bringing song and dance, but also vivid scenery too. I mean, there is an entire road in Switzerland called Yash Chopra. There's a hotel suite named after him, because he literally put Switzerland on the map for Indians by literally shooting a lot of
Yep.
movies in Switzerland. So the government of Switzerland really thanks him for bringing so much tourism to
Sure.
Switzerland, because he made it possible through the movies. So I think this is part one. I think this is going to be part three-part series, but this is part one of the series. It spoke about so many things that make you go down your childhood. You grew up with these movies, you grew up with these actors enacting these roles. But also, what I really loved was the backstories to the most iconic scenes in Yash Raj movies. So yes, for some reason, this was, I don't know if it was funded by YRF, but it was all YRF. I don't think any other production house featured here except YRF. And the experience that all these actors had working with this big production house.